Hey everybody, happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to our midweek edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. I hope your week is going well. And today we're going to take you to a small book, not in the Old Testament this time, but we're going to take you to a small book in the New Testament, the book of Jude. And there's only one chapter in the book of Jude, but there are a lot of great thoughts and a lot of great challenges to us as we take a look at this whole book. And I pulled out just two verses from that first chapter, verses 22 and 23. And I want to deal with our attitude towards people that are not following Jesus yet. What should be our mentality when it comes to people that are not following Jesus? Take a look at what the scripture says. Starting in verse 22, it says, "You must show mercy to those whose faith is wavering. Rescue others by snatching them from the flames of judgment. Show mercy to still others, but do so with great caution, hating the sins that contaminate their lives." So I've been serving Jesus for a long time, almost 50 years, or at least I've tried to. And I've noticed sometimes that there's a mentality on the part of believers sometimes, not all the time, but once in a while, there's this mentality of almost seeing as somebody who's not a follower of Jesus Christ as the enemy. Almost not loving them, not liking them, shunning them, and I fear that when that takes place, we are way off base and we've really gotten it wrong. And this morning, I'm really blessed and challenged by this passage of scripture because it tells us where our attitude should be and how deep we should go in that regard. It says that we should show mercy to those whose faith is wavering. We need to have patience. We should show the same type of mercy that the Lord showed us in forgiving us. Read through the scriptures. Jesus never had a harsh word for people who are wavering in their faith. His harshest words were for the religious people. His harshest words were for the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But as far as people that were away from God, Jesus was so gracious and he was so merciful and he cared so much for them. He saw lost people as being worth of his time and obviously worth his life. But again, the scripture continues, we should rescue others from snatching them from the fire. And that really needs to be our mentality, is that people who are lost, they are headed for judgment that is just horrible, and we don't want that. We by sharing our faith, by demonstrating what authentic Christianity is, we're helping to snatch people, to rescue them from the fires of hell and from the life and the trappings that the enemy would try to set for them. We're snatching them from that, rescuing them from that, little by little, word by word, action by action. And then I love the last phrase, we should hate the sins that contaminate their lives. I think that is a great verse for us to remember. We don't hate their lives, we hate the sin that contaminates their lives. And it might be a sin that really bothers you and it really, really disturbs you, and I get it and I understand that, but our dedication to the Lord means that we're dedicated to these people as well, and we love them, but we hate the sin. We hate what the enemy is doing to a lost generation, a lost culture, a lost friend, a lost relative. So I really want to challenge you today. Be merciful to people who don't get it yet, and hate that sin, but don't hate that sinner. And when you come across someone who doesn't know the Lord, every word, every action helps to rescue them from the trappings and from the fire that the enemy is trying to imprison them in. Okay, gotta let you go. Thanks for joining me. I hope that blesses you, and I hope that challenges you. And until tomorrow, we love you, and we hope to see you again next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.